So, we actually did get the new suit, and we actually got the support before it, but we kind of got it a little bit late, so we are going to be doing the Silver Haze Kai first here. So let's run through it. This is Gustav the 13th with a new suit. As we've just gotten through another Banner Drought Night, it is the Silver Haze Kai. A 450 raid with space preference, rocking some pretty interesting kit. It is legitimately just a custom gym custom with the Alex Gatling as well as 2 melee. It's a little bit silly that it's actually defaulted to the gym rifle, but you can also use the Gym 2 beam rifle as well as the Hyper Bazooka modified. Gonna be honest with you, unless you really don't want to wait for that cooldown, you're probably gonna end up using the bazooka. But that would be the bigger thing between these two. Honestly, I don't think that gym rifle is gonna get any play at all because it's not super necessary. But let's check out the Beam Mitsumata. So this actually is an instant knockdown weapon. 2300 damage on that. Decent reach. And it actually does get all 3 swings despite being an instant knockdown as well. Going into, we also have the late model Vulcans. It has a secondary beam saber, and much like the GK, it actually can do some pretty good chunks after that initial downswing. We'll get more into that in the skills a little bit. Also, the 90mm arm Gatling gun, 120 power, ammo 45 at a range of 150 with a reload of 10. And it actually does have a little shield here. Look at a tiny little dude, and it's like 3k health on that. Not bad. Moving on then to the actual stats, we are talking about it being a 450 raid. Like we said, it is over here at 15k health. Ballistic resistance is 13, beam resistance is 14, melee resistance is 21, range strength is 20, melee strength is 30, movement speed is 135, top speed is 210, thruster gauge is 65, and turning speed is a nice 69. Looking here at the part slot, then we also have close range at 16, medium range at 10, and long range at 6. Moving on then to the skills, we're talking Assault Booster level 3, High Performance Balancer level 1, High Spec Ambac level 2, Maneuver Armor level 2, Force Injector level 1, Emergency Evasion System level 2, Melee Combo Controller level 2, Pursuit Melee Auxiliary Program level 1, Power Accelerator level 2, Shield Bring Stance Mastery level 1, Shield Tackle level 1, High Performance Radar level 1, and Personnel Radar level 1. So of course, as we were saying before, Pursuit Melee Auxiliary Program also means that you get extra damage for enemies that you've knocked down. We'll get into some of the extra details with that once we actually get into the practice round itself. But let us back up a little bit and check out the enhancement list finally. So we have Cooling Support System level 1, so you actually get a little bit more speed out of your overheat time. 100 to your shield health for level 2. Complex expansion slot doesn't come until the 3rd one at 1110. AP, ADPA, so you get a little bit of melee. Increased security for the first unlockable is kind of whack, and I get that some people value that or just don't like their shit getting jacked, but at the very least you get the +4 melee modifier for the very last one. And those actually do take silver upgrades. So let us move on then and take this out. As you can see, I actually only got like a couple sorties in it already. But let us take it out over into practice and show this off for a little bit, huh? And here we go. So don't mind my goofy ass colors, but we will take care of this. So one thing to keep in mind here, instant knockdown, like we were saying, you can actually get all 3 swings in with that. The melee on this is pretty interesting. So regular stuff for the striker in terms of the side and neutral. The downswing, however, is a pretty hellaciously long lunge. One thing to keep in mind though, and I don't know if I can get the spacing quite right. Yeah, right there. Even though technically it still has its spear held out, the second it starts to retract it a little bit, your frames for damage are done, and it will not count. Right about there, you can still get a decent amount. The other thing to keep in mind, of course, being that you probably want to try to tap with that and cancel immediately, but it does take a little bit, which means you might veer a little bit. So if you're mostly just hunting for the extra damage from the saber, you should probably just do a neutral or a side and then move into that. Mostly because as you can see, it takes a little bit for you to actually cancel out of that for the downswing, but it is doable. Don't let that discourage you too much. One thing to make sure that you keep in mind though is that the cooldown time for the spear itself is pretty generous. You're not really going to be able to cycle through these very quickly. You're definitely going to be just committing to doing big damage to the targets that matter, and then moving on for a second, maybe going in with your Vulcans, or not your Vulcans, but your Gatling or whatnot. Also, speaking of the Gatling, let's try to get a target to pepper here real quick. Hit up our buddy this way. So it stuns pretty quick. Technically, you can get like three or so stuns out of this. I actually used up some of the ammo there, so you know, take that with a grain of salt. The late Vulcan's not super great, a little unfortunate, but it is a gym custom at its core, so it's not going to have anything super crazy. But overall, this is a pretty straightforward suit. There's no heavy attack. You're just doing big honking damage with your 2 down swings, maybe mixing in an extra swing here and there. You're definitely going to be playing the spacing game when it comes to getting in some of those hits. You know, there's not a whole lot else to it. There's no aerial control. Unfortunately, unlike the high boost, which actually did get a new level today, you cannot do that big lunging yeet from mid-air. That would have been actually really cool, and I hope that maybe one day they'll retroactively add that, although obviously this having the base body of a gym custom, I guess that really wouldn't make too much sense. But you know what? Fuck it. Video game shit, right? Do it anyway. But overall, this has a pretty good kit. You got a solid stun here, good accumulation, especially if you do hit a shield or something with the Gatling. Good follow-up just in case you don't want to try to swing yourself in there because maybe you have other teammates doing their own melee thing. This is definitely a suit that you will be prone to maybe bullying people over with. You can also kind of deja vu the angle of the swing, and also keep in mind that you don't have a big wide neutral on this when it comes to the saber. It does want to jut itself forward. It does do a stab, but the rest of the swings on it are pretty normal, so just have to keep that in mind. The neutral actually for this is pretty good for a pursuit. Do not underestimate how far that can actually reach if you're trying to chase somebody down. You may well be able to catch their foot and just kind of finish the job after that. But overall, straightforward suit, a solid suit. We do have a match for it here, so we'll be putting that in right about now. They're gonna have the same priority as us, charging forward with their downswings, so we're gonna be on the floor a lot. But round 1 in the new suit. Those damn breed males. Charging and swinging and blinging and shit. You get your priority 3 off my lawn, goddammit. I say that, but like literally the trident on this, it drags it forward and onto the ground. And like the neutral on the saber, it just digs into the floor. Like they definitely want you to just do a bunch of OTG. Oh, I didn't notice the saber colors, oopsie. Looking kind of funky.
Beacon? The enemy has captured a beacon.
Yeah, the ready up time on that hurts me a little bit. Oh, I don't want to deal with that. That's a Gaza D. Oh, he fucked off though.
An ally has destroyed an enemy mobile suit.
I don't like this. There's too many of them.
Taking some light.
No.
Allied unit destroyed.
That still reached me? Bruh.
That mobile suit won't last much longer.
Ah, the shield hit! No. Pain. You go this way. No, don't get near me. Oh boy. No, no need for all that. Better than an Xbox controller? Huh. The mouse and keyboard are so poopy. Just normal GBO2 with a controller, yeah. I mean, that's all it's ever was gonna be. Just legitimately just for the sake of more people being able to play it.
An ally has destroyed an enemy mobile suit. Where and how will you redeploy? Allied unit destroyed. An ally has destroyed an enemy mobile suit. Get out there and try again.
I haven't really gotten much of a chance to get in there with the fort.
Clear the area.
Ah, right at the ass end, really? Bruh.
Long-range supporting fire incoming. That mobile
Big sad.
supporting
I
fire.
was like, that might actually touch on the end, but he lifted it and apparently that counted. Ugh.
Light components overloaded.
Oh god, my leggies.
Repairs. An ally has destroyed an enemy mobile suit.
That's not our man either. No, not with just that. What the fuck?
An ally has allied unit destroyed.
Oh god.
Ally has destroyed an enemy. Allied unit destroyed. Light components overloaded. You need to beacon captured.
Yeah, like, the controller is still serviceable. That wasn't really the issue, it's just that it's not really much different from the console with or without. Ooh. Oh, that's our boy right there. They have a support Gazam. Oh no.
Get out.
5 is a pilot. Why would you do this, sir?
Allied
What
unit
am I looking at here? That's my boy.
enemy unit down. Well done. Taking heavy damage, pilot. You all right? An ally has destroyed an enemy mobile suit. This battle's dead even. We need to find a way to pull ahead.
Get this man, avenge me!
Much longer.
Oh, he fucking schmixed it. He fucking schmoxed it. He got out.
An ally has destroyed
Where's he
an enemy
going
mobile
now?
suit.
Is he trying to war crime the camper? He is.
Enemy
I
in
got him. Oh. Ooh.
An ally has destroyed an enemy mobile suit.
It's not really a great match for this thing so far, but we're getting through. Whee! Oh, the damage. Oh, my body.
Allied unit destroyed.
That's supposed to be a fucking boost in the tackle. Haze Kai has Gatling cannon, yep. It's a fucking gym custom with a fucking Alex Gat
Mobile suit.
in 2 melee. Just running around being a menace.
try again. An ally has destroyed an enemy mobile suit.
Oh my god. Should've just swung with the other one. I think it might have been ready.
Enemy unit down.
There we go.
Well done.
And we got something more here. What is this?
Allied unit destroyed.
Oh god!
That mobile suit will last much longer. Ally has destroyed an enemy mobile suit.
Jesus Christ! No! What do you mean? Ooh. I mean, we still won, but still, that sucks.
Well done, everyone. You earned this victory.
So not bad. Definitely gotta wind up a little bit more for that downswing in terms of distance. Damn, Final Messenger got in there though. I think mostly because their guy just couldn't get on him.
Here are
And
your
most of those other guys were not trying to get in there like that. There we go. Trying to get some last minute units in there. This is gonna be the final one for the night. And hopefully we can get maybe one more match. And that is it for our new suit here. Definitely something I'm going to be running. I wouldn't be surprised if we see it in clan matches, at least a little bit, if not completely, like, replacing anything at this cost. Obviously, we do have several suits that do have heavy attacks at this cost that are probably going to be preferred. But it will be interesting to see what it can do. Anyone who's been prone to using the striker and who has a real love for those suits will definitely be right at home here. So for those people, this may be a no-brainer, or it may just be another fun suit to run every once in a while. We'll definitely try to get some more matches in it on top of the ones that we've already done. And until next time, where we hopefully get the other support covered, because I think, you know, I've been talking about it a little bit, but I need to finally just bite the bullet and start doing those retroactive suit posts. But until then, I hope you guys have a good rest of your morning, night, or whatever, and I'll talk to y'all in the next one.